Okay. In the furnace room, once again, we got 2 lines we got to cut now. Just leave that light off for now, maybe. We got your hot, and then the cold. And those we're going to cut. And then solder in a ball valve to PEX connection, 1/2 inch. And then for the bathroom, we've got some drains. You see that drain, which is cast down to ABS. See how they did that. This is actually the drain for the sink, and the sink is actually over here. Here's the supply line to the sink. The drain actually goes down through into the wall, so across into the wall. This is the wall section here, and then goes along the wall and connects into this old drain pipe, the cast. And I don't know, I'm assuming they have a vent that goes up to the roof through there. I'll see when I get the drywall torn out in the bathroom, see what the inside of the wall looks like. But that's that. Then come over here. That is the tub drain, and then that, of course, then splices over into the sink drain. So they're connected. This big drain here, that's for the toilet. And there's the heat registry, the pipe coming in to the furnace. It's for the bathroom. And then we got, of course, other supply lines that go down into the tub way down there. All the supply lines are going to be moved into this wall cavity. Same with the drain, at least for the sink. The tub is going to be still kind of out there, but it'll come over and then tie in how it's supposed to. Yeah, you like that Regal electrical junction. Old houses, patchwork, you see a lot of that. So that's what I'm dealing with. This electrical that goes into the wall, I don't know what it feeds. We'll find out if it is for the bathroom, or it should be. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of tight in there, but there is room to work. Worst case scenario, I'll come out, and this is my drop ceiling here. It's that, knockdown texturing. I'm hoping I don't have to cut into that and then try to match that. I'm hoping I can leave that and just work through the cavity up here. It's going to be a little harder, but I can do it, I hope. But then with the PEX lines, it helps to run it and fish it through, I think, a little easier than be trying to do that with the copper lines. So I got some extra movement there, being that the PEX is flexible and copper isn't. So that's what I'm looking forward to do, and that's what I'm going to do now. Get these lines cut. First I got to shut the water off. Well, this is the main water off to the house, comes up and around, there's the meter. Try to work it back and forth gingerly, because see that. As you did, it started leaking some water. That's what I got a gateway valve for, because I don't need this to leak on me. I just don't. Probably shouldn't be doing it right now, but just get just a little. Seems to be sealing. Sorry if that wasn't in frame. Yeah, so that's going to be replaced, because that's just a hazard waiting to happen. Plus it's restrictive flow, that style of valve, which I get good pressure to the bathroom up here, because obviously it's the shortest run for the pipes. For my other bathroom that's that way, in the basement, it's very low in pressure, and then of course for outside I got low pressure. So I'm hoping replacing that valve with a less restrictive valve will obviously increase the flow and pressure. Hopefully. We'll see. Yeah. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up all the taps and drain the pressure out, and then bring a bucket over and cut those lines. See you in a bit. You can see the water is off. This is the downstairs bathroom. It's just all the water in the line is draining back. You see, 1/2 inch PEX ball valve. Got 2 of them, one for hot, one for cold. That's what I'll be placing. So here, the valves. Sorry for the noise, that's just my furnace kicking on. I took the handles off. There we go, there's the handle. This will be placed back on there. Took it off so I can wrap it with a damp cloth, because as I'm putting heat to it, I do not want to damage the nylon ball that's inside. So by shutting off shutting off the main line, opening up all the taps, the water is draining back through the system down in the basement here. I got the bathroom sink on in the basement. So I'm just letting that be for a while, and then I'll come in here and I'll cut this. Okay, well, these pipes are the ones that need to be cut. I'm going to cut them. I got my bucket. Got a hat in case it pours all over my head. Not that this is going to do much, but I just got to decide exactly where I want to cut it. Got your valve on. That's off. So let's figure somewhere in the middle of the road to start with this cold pipe. Now you can use any pipe cutter you have. I had a small one. I don't know where I put it. This one, it'll work. Might be a little tight for this maybe I'll start with the hot. See how that goes. Then I'll go to the cold. Maybe I'll look for my smaller pipe cutter, because this is going to be tight to get in there. Anyways, this one has a deburrer on it and a spare wheel for cutting. It's a Blue Point. You can use whatever ones you have. Cheap one works just as well. Now what I'm trying to decide, I think I want to go lower down for the hot. This has to fit in there. I want enough room so that PEX can freely move up and out of the way, and not, because we're coming this way, you know, about 6 inches or so to get around to coming up through the wall. So I need room away from everything to have that PEX bend and go up without getting any kinks in it. I think this should work. Just want to go around, take your time, you don't have to force it. Every revolution or so, let's give it a crank, tighten it up a little bit more, and just keep working it. Don't have to go super fast. See, ready getting in there. It was fairly quick and easy. Sorry if I'm blocking the view here, but attempt to shut off that wire. Come on. No, the main water line doesn't want to come off, so yeah, leave that on. Okay, so I'm going to cut this up further. Make room for everything. As you can see, it's still touching down. That's the nice thing about those small little cheap pipe cutters, is they fit in nice tight spots. There. See, not a lot of water came out of there because everything backfed down through the system, then drained out downstairs here. Bathroom. Gravity is your friend, can be. So if you have something to clean the pipes with, that's good. We use emery cloth, sandpaper. If you have a fancy deburring the inside. They got fancy brushes, kind of like this. This is actually for a battery post cleaner. car, and it, for ½ inch anyways, is the right size. But they have one specifically for in plumbing, ½ inch and 3/4. I do have one of those somewhere. Don't know where, so I'm using this. Get the flux brush down there nice and even. Get the flux itself, the acid, a little etching. Good and coated and brushed. Same with inside, good, coated, brushed, ready to go. It is a tight fit. Get that bottom down. There's on. That way it's off. Off, on. Want to keep it open. I'm going to go ahead and wrap that with a damp rag. Because we just want to get it soldered. Don't want to get it. We just want to get it hot enough so we can solder it, and not hot enough to cook. The nylon valve out of it. Something like that, maybe. Kinda. We'll see. I'm going to put heat to the pipe. Want the heat to go up. Good. All right. See how hot that got. Get that cooled down. You see me use this one for the hot. And this is the little guy I'm going to use for the cold. So I didn't show this, me cutting it out, but here's the section I just cut out. No water came out of this. Had a little bit out of the hot one when I did it. This one is pretty good. Had nothing come out. So Now we're going to deburr and clean the edge, and we're going to clean that and prep it for soldering. That went on way easier than the hot side. So we got the flux in it. Not gonna work. You want to angle it. I think angling it a little bit like that is good. Okay. I have some water here. Furnace off while I'm at it. So the valve is open, and we're just going to try to cover it, soak it up, or cover it with damp rag to help soak up the heat to protect the valve. Now, hopefully it's not blocking too much of the view. It probably is. So we got our torch. The head is bent, as you can see. Swivel it. Not the best setup to be using for this. This is what I have though. But as you see, torch heads come bent. That's so you can get on the pipe coming in, say from the back side. You heat it up instead of blowing the heat straight into the wall or the joist or wherever you're trying to solder. That's why you have a bend in it. You can come in, bend it away from something that'll burn. So let's see if I can successfully do this without destroying the valve out by getting it too hot and without burning my joist. Now you can do this with propane. I'm using a MAP gas right now. I'm putting heat on the pipe, not the fitting. I want the heat to soak into the fitting and the pipe to be good and hot. Now I'm angling it, and I'll try to come in with the solder on the opposite side, but I'm hitting the fitting. Pipe, fitting, now it's starting to melt, starting to suck the solder in. I just want to keep it going. I think we're good. I'm not sure, but I think we got her. So you try to go in on the heat on the opposite side, and your solder, well, opposite. So you heat and solder opposite of each other. That way the heat sucks the solder in towards it.